Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So as you can probably guess by the title, in today's video we're going to be reading or attempting to read more than just one book to get out of a reading slump, because I was in a huge reading slump ever since August. I only read one book, and it wasn't even in August. I finished it in September. It was Shark Heart, the book that I read for a collab with Ashley, and I loved that. I gave it 5 stars, but ever since I finished that book I haven't picked up anything else. So I'm just like on a limbo of I want to read but I don't want to pick up a book. So I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, I have a couple of books that I started back in August but never picked back again, and it wasn't because I was not enjoying the books, because it was just a big problem. And also I think I've started a new job, so I'm busier than I was when I was unemployed, obviously, and I'm also studying for an exam, so it's gonna be, I don't know, a lot. And yeah, I want to just get back on track because I'm so behind on my reading goal. I'm like 15 books behind, and yeah, that needs to change. So my plan here is to actually read something quick and easy that I love, because that always get me in the mood to read more. And since we are in fall, and honoring the fall spirit and my own book recommendations that I gave you in one of my previous videos, I think it was just the one right before this one. So yeah, I presented to you this trilogy, the Fairy Oak trilogy, and these are middle grade books, like children's books. So but still I love them. Okay, so I thought I could read all three just to get on track, because it's cast like magic, fantasy, fairies, which is, and it's the mood of October, and I love the book. So after I finish the trilogy, maybe I will be more inclined to pick up another book that is not middle grade. But yeah, actually I already finished this one because I started this vlog last night, but I forgot to make an intro for it. So yeah, I read this book already. I finished it this morning, so I will insert those clips after this. And right now what I'm gonna do is to start the second one. So yeah, I guess I will see you later when I finish them, hopefully. So yeah, see you in the next clip. Bye. Hello, thought I'd give you guys an update. I'm on my pajamas already. I went to the gym this afternoon, and then I showered there, and then I did some errands, and then when I came home I was like, I don't wanna go outside anymore. I'm just gonna put on my pajamas. And yeah, so I'm currently on book 2. I'm on page 154, and I think there's like almost 400. Oh no, yeah, almost 350. So yeah, I'm like almost halfway through, but I was like reading some phrases. Keep in mind these are books for children that they were published in. The first one I think it was 2005, and the second one 2006. And oh my god, there's like some phrases they're like fat shaming this poor fairy, like a fairy this big, and she's being fat shamed. I was like, oh my god, that's a choice of words, this poor fairy. But yeah, I'm still enjoying this, and this book has like a book inside a book, because the twins that are the protagonists are reading a book of the history of the valley where they live. And I love that because I forgot about the book inside the book. I thought it was in another book series, but no, it was in this one. And the characters in the book are older than the twins now, so it's like their story is a bit more YA or teenage fiction. And yeah, just I'm loving it. And yeah, there's just the vibe, the witches and the enemy that is trying to kidnap one of the twins. But I don't know, I love it. I'm having a great time reading, and I hope I can finish them today, and then I hope that this works, and then I pick up a book actually from my actual TBR. I have like 20 books that I want to read, so I should get going, you know. Anyways, I'll just keep reading for now, so I'll catch you when I finish the second book, maybe. I don't know. See you later, I guess. Bye. Hi. So I finished the trilogy. I did it. I read all three of the fairy art books. How do I show them? Like that. Yeah. So I did it. What do I have to say about it? I had read these previously like 20 times at least, so my thoughts are not really new. Maybe they're new in like reading this as an adult changes my perspective a bit, because there were some things in these books I was like, that was a choice of words that I would have not used right now. But I also understand that these books were published in like 2005, 6 and 7, so there was still a bit of, I don't know, there was still some incorrigible things being said that were normalized. Then now we don't say things like that. Like, I think I told you about the fat shaming of this pure little fairy. Like, she could not fly, and I was like, no, why would you say that? No, you can't. And there's also like a lot of stereotypes about men and women and the cause that they do, but not really. And it's a book for children, so there's not much of a message like that. But there's also like I've noticed a weird thing in a romance pairing, because we have two twins, you know, we have Pervinka and Vainilla, and I love them dearly. They're like my children, my best friends, but they're like 10 and 11 in these books. And the fact that there's a romance, okay, Pervinka is dating a boy that is her age, but at the end of the last book, there's a hint about Vainilla starting to date an older guy, and Vainilla is 10, literally, well, maybe 11, I don't know, 10, 11, and this guy is hinted to be 18. So I was like, no. And we discover later that the guy is 16 actually, but it's just still weird for me. and a 10-year-old teaching a 16-year-old, you know. I know it's not real. This is a fantasy world. That was weird. That was weird. I'm a girl Vanilla. I love her so much. She's my Pookie. So yeah, that was a. I was reading and I was thinking in my head, I was like, wait, what are their ages? I had to look it up because I was like, they're 10? They're 10, right? Because there was like a romantic subplot that was like, no, this cannot be happening. It's not the main fix of the story. So yeah, this is not a romance story. This is a children's book. But the fact that there is like that romance happening, I was like a bit weirded out by it. Yeah, it's just hinted, you know. And then there are 4 more books that after they discover this guy reals age and that it's not 18, that it's 16, they send him back to his village. So he doesn't come back until 5 years later. And that is when they really start dating. So that's better. But the fact that there's like a start in it, in this last book, it's a bit weird. But overall, I just love the books, you know. I feel like these were a main part of my childhood. And it's about witches and fairies and magical creatures. So I love that. And I think that's one of my, you know, those videos booktubers sometimes make them where my lore started. I think this is one of my core lores, because this is actually things that I was reading when I was like 7. So yeah, it shaped my reading taste, I guess. But anyways, this video was not about me telling you about these books. It was about getting out of a reading slump. And I'm proud to say that it worked, because after finishing all these 3 books, I found myself reaching for a book that I had started in July and never picked up again. And it's also Fiesta by Hemingway. I have not finished it yet, but I'm on page 132. And I was in like page 50 something. So yeah, I read this much. I'm proud of myself, you know. This is also a book that you have to put yourself in the time period where this was written, when this was written, because there are also some things said that I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, it's with the times, you know. Anyways, I guess this is all for this video. I don't have anything else to add. I'm just happy that I'm reading again, and hopefully I will get back on track also with posting here on YouTube. I know I have been quite a bit of a disaster these past few weeks, so hopefully I'll be back on track. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. See you later, I guess. Bye.